Jersey. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They start the drive with Jennings. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So Manning to Beckham, and this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes to the huddle and says more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Fletcher Cox is a first-round pick who has fulfilled his promise. One of the best defensive linemen in the NFL.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Again, they'll throw with Manning. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general? Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Sometimes I think even Eli falls into the trap of thinking that Beckham can catch anything. Here it's a throw he'll wish he could have back because even OBJ wasn't going to be able to get his hands on that one.
Let's go. Green, 39. Detroit.
On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. It's a toss right, Ryan Matthews. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Wentz now on 1st down. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And he's brought down. Matthews hauled in 7 Week 1 catches to go along with over 100 yards and a touchdown.
Starting to round into form, isn't he? Remember when he came out of Vanderbilt, and at the time, he was the all-time leading receiver in SEC history? Big target, could run from the slot, out wide, you name it. And I think he's going to help take a lot of the pressure off of their rookie quarterback, Carson Wentz. Kind of give him a go-to guy to deliver the ball to.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. First down, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Wentz, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Now Manning. He's going to launch this thing, and that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, 47 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Wendell Smallwood, 96 yards. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep.
Odell Beckham Jr., 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And that's going to make it 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he's brought down after a good gain. 22 yards on the pickup there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Watch it now, Barney. Bingo. Good.
And they'll run it here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football.
Oh, and the ball's out. Matthews loses it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now Wentz. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. You know, Charles, this past weekend around the league, there were 4 one-point games. First time that's ever happened in league history in week one. I think parity sort of reigned supreme, didn't it?
It did, and think about all the times we go into production meetings and sit with coaches, and I think you probably do the same thing I do. I write down before I even get there. They're going to talk about how this is a one-possession or a one-score game, every coach, but they're actually right. Think about how the season began. Panthers at Broncos. That was a very close ball game. And then moving on to when we got to Sunday's games, Dallas at home against the Giants. The Giants with a big one on the road with a one-point victory. It's that type of a year already. It's amazing what we're seeing, how close teams are and how they're matched.
Throwing now is Wentz. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's brought down after a good gain. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Back down in that Philly. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. A dump off to Sproles. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Now a play fake here on first down. Going up top. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Here's Vereen. Oh, he's got some breathing room. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key third down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
Manning going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Charles, across the board this past Sunday, just looking league-wide, passing really reigns supreme. You had 8 receivers over 100 yards. Only one tailback, though, hit the century mark.
And you know I've been touting the running back renaissance for a while, right? You get tired of me talking about that at lunch, like, okay, enough. And guess what? The passers and the catchers are still ruling the NFL. 8 wide receivers and 1 running back hit the century mark as receivers. And that was on Sunday. Spencer Ware doing that for Kansas City as the running back. Lamar Miller, the only tailback on the ground, going over 100 yards. So my running back renaissance may have to wait a little while.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a second down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down following the incompletion. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete here. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
There are a good number of coaches that anytime they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And he hits his man, Matthews. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mark Hertzlick from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. And they're going to speed things up here. Play fake to Matthews. Now it's Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Matthews. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A really nice read by the offense. They caught the defense not covering the middle of the field, went to the post route, and found the receiver wide open for a nice gain.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. Matthews the intended target, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They'll run it with Sproles. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense second half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Really good, solid run right there, and they did it from a 4-wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options, and also it usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Defense showing blitz. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. Yes, indeed. Eli Manning to Odell Beckham Jr. When they do it over and over, they usually win games.
Yeah, and you know the video game Madden, right?
Of course.
Yeah, that's why he's a big reason that Odell Beckham was on the cover in 16 with the arm stretched out, that famous one-handed catch.
Yeah, and he did that a lot, didn't he?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Rashad Jennings, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed.
Super toe.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ryan Matthews, 66 yards. There the Eagles are back within a score. So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. They'll try to run it now with Sproles. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball,
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front.
And that's caught inside the 35. Manning to Beckham, a big play there. 53 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come up in an offset eye. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Larry Donnell the target, and he's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Larry Donnell, 32 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And he puts it through. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And out come the Eagles. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. 10th carry now for Ryan Matthews. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that was a nice play by the defense, and it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center, and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just power players. Now they have to be light on their feet as well to keep up with the speed of the defensive players.
He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Let's go, Leopard! Leopard! Over! Set!
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Shane Vereen, 41 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one. plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And he's brought down 15 yards through the air on a first down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Wentz now on first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
On first down, Wentz finding time. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they'll run it on the toss. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So they try to get it to the outside on 1st and goal. Nothing doing. Nothing was there.
Yeah, I think some teams want to stay with their bread and butter in these situations. If they like running that toss or that pitch, they want to go right to it. But I thought it was excellent defense, not allowing them to get upfield.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. One final try now for Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And
they said I ain't gon' make it, they said I ain't good enough. They said I couldn't spit, man, they showed me no love. They claim that I ain't shit, they portray me a scrub. Words is harmless, critics